Hi, James Sykes, CEO of Metal Energy Corp, part of the OR group of companies. We're a brand new nickel exploration play in Canada. We listed in November of 2021. We've got some very exciting projects with our Manibridge and our Strange projects in Manitoba and Ontario, and we plan to be exploring those in Q1 of this year.
James, good to see you. CEO
Likewise.
Of another company. So we've obviously talked about baseload, which is going quite well. How comes you're in charge of a nickel company now?
Oh, the OR group's got a lot of faith in me. So Stephen and Charles and the rest of the group, they really liked what we were able to do with Find. So the idea was then to encapsulate more on the electric vehicle stage. And this is where Metal Energy came into focus, that it's not entirely focused on the nickel strategy, but just in green and metal energies going forward. So I do have some experience with the rare earth side, which does kind of fit the whole EV strategy. And again, with success with Find and running that show, they felt that I was the guy to really pitch this one and really get this going. With the OR group behind me, though, it makes a lot of things very easy. I've been asked this question a lot. What's going to happen to baseload? How can you do both companies? And it's quite simplistic. That if you look at what we've just done with baseload, we've got our VP Cameron, and he's absolutely excellent getting everything done there. We just hired a very experienced VP, Mike Sweeney, for Metal Energy, and he's really going to lead the charge on this. And then in the background on things, on the financial side, on the administrative side of things, we've got the OR group, we've got Stephen and the rest of the crew. So it's not taxing on myself. It is a well-rounded group of people all coming together and helping push all of these companies forward. So it's absolutely exciting time, and I'm very happy to be and honored to be running the show for Metal Energy.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, we caught up with Stephen just before Christmas when he was over in London for one of the conferences. He seemed quite excited about the story. So, one, thanks for coming on and telling us about it. But give us the first time we've spoken about it, really, certainly in public. Can you just give me the backdrop to this thing? You've picked up a couple of projects, Manibridge and also Strange, right? So, how much did you pay? What's the kind of financial arrangement around those assets? First of all, if you give us that background.
They're all earn-ins right now. So for both projects, we are earning in. We've got a couple of hurdles to get over for Manibridge until we become the operator, and the potential for 100% ownership actually on both projects. So right now with Manibridge, that was an earn-in through Canalaska, and they retain operatorship as it is right now. And Canalaska's had the project for a couple of years, recently drilled in 2019. And it hit some high-grade nickel with some good widths, about 3 kilometers northeast of the Manibridge Mine itself, which was a past producer. So we plan to be hopefully earning in after this first stage of exploration to 49%, and after that, we will see what we can do from there. We do plan to be aggressive on Manibridge because it is a very exciting project, absolutely. And with this Strange project as well, a similar type of scenario, a little bit less of an earn-in, simply because it is a theoretical concept. It's never really been drilled to the extent that it needed to. The target area is about 700 meters deep, which the potential is phenomenal. It could be a whole new district play. So this is why we want to get these things going, and we want to make our earnings and operate. Well, we are the operator on Strange, but want to get operating on Manibridge as well. Okay,
so what do you mean? It's less of an earnings sequence. I mean, what's the potential there in terms of the earning?
So for Manibridge, it's 49% earning on the first phase. Second phase, which requires more cash share and exploration, about 1.5 million exploration on the project, to get us to 70%. And at that point, we become the operator. And then after that, to get to 100%, we need to incur about, I think it was another 1.5, and some more shares. So cash shares and exploration expenditures on Manibridge to get 100%.
Okay, so you become the operator when you've hit 70%. So does that mean Canalaska are the operator between now and then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Yep. Okay. And you're giving them a contribution towards the exploration budget or the drill budget. Is that Is that the way it works?
We are the financial partners, so all of the funding comes to us.
So 100% of the expenditure is from you?
Yes.
They're not contributing anything. They're carried?
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Now, if we come to Strange, what's the setup there?
Same type of thing, but much less in the way of shares and cash contributions and also exploration. And if not mistaken, that was a 4-stage earn-in. But that's over a 36-month period, which we could theoretically earn in very quickly within 6 to 12 months and just retain 100% ownership after that point.
Right, but there's less known about it because it's not been drilled in the way that Manibridge has been drilled. Got it. Okay.
It's a theoretical concept that was brought to us by ex-Inco geologists who really know the area.
Right. Yeah. Inco, for people who don't know, one of the big sort of nickel companies in the world alongside Falconbridge. So, and a long track record. Okay, so fine. So what's your game plan here? So there's one real project and one which is more conceptual in nature for now. So with Manibridge, you've told us how much you're going to spend on it. Not necessarily these sort of timelines. What was the you're going to start some drilling Q1 presumably on that. What's that look like?
Q1. So we did a news release back in December, in which we had the intention of having exploration started on Manibridge in January, early Q1 of this year. Unfortunately, that has been a little bit turned around, but we're still aiming for Q1 just a little bit later in the quarter.
Why? What happened?
So it's so busy in the space now, in the exploration space, that you can't find drillers, you can't find people. So that's just something that we had to work around. Canalaska was able to find crews who were ready to go in the beginning of March, and a very well-versed geologist who has experience in Manitoba. So everything can come together in March and we can push it forward that way. We're not concerned about really the delay on things. It's a little bit of a hiccup, but doesn't really impact as much as this was an initial drill program that we wanted to test a couple targets, which will hit all those targets anyway, and really lead down to much larger drill programs coming on in Q2, Q3 of this year as well. Because of the state of Manibridge, past producer, there is a lot of information that's available. There's a lot of targets that were left untested, especially at depth and along strike. So with these first pass drill holes Q1, we want to make sure that our ideas and our model really works, and then beyond that, really start trying to hit the NI 43-101 potential, mineral resource potential.
Okay, so just I just want to explain this, because early days are always tricky, and if you're not the operator, you're dependent on your partners to actually do what they say too. So, but I guess this what answers the question of why are you in charge of this company and baseload. It's like Canalaska are the operator; they've got the historic data, so they've got a lot of information to work with, but they've got to agree with you such things as targets, don't they? You need to be comfortable with their drill program, because if they get it wrong, you're going to be looking at them with daggers. So, what is that relationship? In terms of the technical teams working together.
Oh, great relationship. No, we've got full data sharing. We meet together quite frequently just to pass off ideas, and they've given us a lot of targets and a lot of ideas themselves. We brought the same thing back and forth. We've done some modeling on our side, brought it to them for review and approval type of thing. So it's great. It is a great Canalaska is a great company to work with. They are very open, as are we, and I think we just jive very well. That no one's really trying to. We're all trying to achieve the same goal here. We all see the benefit of what can happen out of Manibridge, and we both want to see this succeed 100%. So we're both aiming for the same goal. We're both helping each other out, and it's going to be great. No,
we had them on before Christmas. Yeah, good guy, a new guy. And where was he? Was he ex-Cameco? Am I getting that right?
Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan Bridge, VP.
Yeah.
Ex-Cameco.
Yeah. So okay. So good partner to have. Right. But now you're saying to me, okay, so plans have changed slightly. We are affected, I guess, like a lot of companies in Canada, trying to find drills and drill crews. Has been a little bit tricky the last sort of year, I guess. That means the focus is back on Strange. So again, you're putting the money into that, and sorry, you're managing that process entirely?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah. Strange is completely on our back end. Well, on our end, sorry. We're the operator, we're the financial partner, and it's all straight earning. So the funny thing is how Strange kind of worked out now is that we were looking at getting it going since we knew the Manibridge was going to be slightly delayed. We wanted to get Strange going. And then as it turns, a drill contract became available because they had a project that didn't go forward. And so now we can get that one done. So it's just a little switcheroo. That's all it is. That's the industry.
How strange. Right.
Yeah, strange. Very strange.
I shouldn't do that. So bad. I apologize, everyone. Okay, so you've raised $7 million at the get-go. So I guess the G&A is quite low. I know you've got a new VP on board, but the G&A is sort of generally quite low. So, but how have you guys rewarded yourselves? Are you paying yourselves lots of money? Is it just success-based options, or what's that look like?
Pretty standard, I must say. Because I'm doing the dual role, I actually take a little bit of a pay cut from both, which but I'd rather see money go in the ground, to be honest. A lot of our compensation is down the road in shares and options. That's really the driving force behind all of us. Everybody is well compensated though financially as the day-to-day job, so we're happy about that, and we want to make sure that everybody is comfortable in doing the roles, that everybody performs well, and we do like to reward with success. And success does not need to necessarily mean that you hit all the time. Success means being able to initiate the drill programs, get everything done, make sure that we can have results down the road. And again, results doesn't mean you have to hit. It simply means that we said we're going to do this, we did it. That's success.
Okay, look, we can't judge you at the moment because the drilling hasn't started, right? So we'll start to be able to make comments about how things are going once the drills start coming back. Again, are there still continued delays in Saskatchewan with assays and so forth?
Yes,
there are. Okay, so we'll expect that. So it'd be like Q2 before we're able to start looking at some of the drilling. I just want to talk about your attitude to or rather the plan. All right. So I think obviously with Manibridge, you've got a bit more data. We know it's high grade. It has been mined by Falconbridge in the background, Falconbridge nickel mines, etc. It is operated in the district, and you've got a lot of data available to you. So we know a little bit about that body, as it were. So we know what you're hunting and what you're chasing down. With Strange, tell me a little bit about this hypothesis this guy's walked in with, and you're interested in investigating.
Yeah, it makes sense. Strange, the whole theory behind it makes sense. It's part of the Mid-Continental Rift, which formed about 1.1 billion years ago. And there are a few deposits that are already being mined that occur within the Mid-Continental Rift, most notably the Lundin Corporation's Eagle Mine in Michigan. The Tamarack deposit in Minnesota also falls within this Mid-Continental Rift. But when you're looking at the magnetics, it looks to me, it looks clear that this is exactly what we're seeing. We're just seeing the Canadian side of the Mid-Continental Rift. And so as it was forming, the sediments were coming in and the ultramafics are mixing with these sediments, these ultramafics coming in from the mantle, carrying nickel with them and creating these nickel sulfide type of deposits. So it's just a matter of being able to get down there and drill. And for us, I guess when Stephen and Charles had asked me to be the CEO of Metal Energy, for Strange, they proposed it as such that the real technical success for Strange is to intersect the right rock types. Again, we don't have to hit on the first drill hole because this is a conceptual target, but we just simply need to know that the right rock types are down there. By that point, then we can make a better decision. Do we keep going to try to see if there is a nickel deposit on it? Or we simply walk away. It's one of these things that allows us to make that decision. We can spend a lot of time there, or we can get out very quickly without a lot of cash spent, and then which would allow us to put more cash into Manibridge. But it's definitely an interesting idea.
It's an interesting idea for sure. And with ultramafics, I mean, and sulfides, it tends to be a lower grade. It's a different profile from, say, Manibridge, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we've had a couple of companies come on and talks about the sulfides that they're chasing down. So how do you, because they're very different, and they're different types of nickel companies in a way, in terms of, Manibridge versus Strange, because the ore bodies are different. That, you could almost argue that almost different nickel companies or different skill sets required for each. So, or would you? Do you think that's it's manageable? And you're going to take this company to a certain point, right? Because the sulfides tend to require large capex type strategies. So where's this company going? How long are we following this for before you think, now's a good time to offload and all of that? I mean, do you have those discussions yet? Because I know it's early days.
Yeah, well, this is where Mike comes in. This is where Mike Sweeney, our new VP, comes in with his experience, that he's able to really help us answer those questions and really help us move forward down the right paths as to what we're seeing and what works, what goes into production, what doesn't. So this is how we really look to move the company forward. The difference between Strange and Manibridge, they're different geologically, but theoretically they are both you're able to produce from both, as has been. So we don't see really any issues and much in the way of different thinking, where Mike's skill sets are a lot on nickel and exploration and development. My skill sets are more on the structural side. So Mike's a great guy to sit there on Strange and just say, okay, yeah, this should be 100% Mike's game. When we go over to Manibridge, still basically the majority is Mike's game, but my structural skill sets really are more applicable to Manibridge, as that's a highly deformed area. And so, just in initial conversations between Mike and myself, we really identified that we will definitely be a well-suited team together, that our skill sets will complement each other quite nicely. Yeah, should do.
Well, look, I'm looking forward to hearing more about the story as the year progresses, as your drilling happens as well. And we'd love to have maybe Mike come on our weekly nickel show on the Crux Investor platform. That'd be great. And perhaps when some of the drill results come out, we can get you on with one of our technical geo analysts, and you can get hot and heavy and technical with him instead of me. So, which I'll be delighted by. James, good to see you, mate. This is we're here, we're started, we've got a plan, and watch this space kind of conversation. But I look forward to learning more about this during the course of the year. Thank you.
Thank you.